No. He doesn't have a say in my hair. Don't you go telling.
He'll see it this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a surprise, I said. Chrissy gave me one of those looks that reminded me she was older than I was.
He ain't gonna like it, Lizbeth.
I raised up my shoulders very carefully because I didn't want to jolt her hand. Not his head, I said. And that was the truth. But it was also true that he'd tried to tell me how I should do something one time too many. When Chrissy had finished, and the little mirror told me it was cut evenly all over, God knows how, I paid her. She gave me a big smile before she carried the chair inside. She came back out to pump some water to wash her hands, and put some in a bucket to toss around, trying to spread out the long dark hair that lay in a heap where the chair had stood. I gave her a hand. When the dirt didn't look like the sky had snowed black ringlets, I went uphill to my place. Getting ready to leave didn't take long. We should only be gone maybe 3 nights at most. And we might even spring for a room in one of the hotels in Corbin, providing Tarkin was speaking to me by then. We'd get the farmers up to their waiting family, then we'd come right home. It was the most common run we made, and Martin and Tarkin had cleared a road to there, mostly on an old paved one. They'd moved all the big rocks and trees, scouted out the likely ambush sites, and so on. Corbin was over the border in New America, which was where almost all our cargo was bound. It was a bustling town with a number of places to stay. A garage for cars, a stable for horses, a post office, a good general store. I'd worked for Tarkin for 2 years now, maybe a bit over, and he'd been my man for 4 months. The first time we went to bed, he told me he'd been waiting until I was old enough. I hadn't even realized he was looking at me. I'm slow that way. But I'm quick with a gun, that's what counts. I would never have known I had a talent if my stepfather, Jackson, hadn't taken me hunting with him when I was little. Jackson had seen me snatch a fly out of the air, he told me later, and he'd thought I had the quick hands and the instincts you needed to be a gunny. Jackson was right. The first time I held a rifle in my hands, I knew I'd found my calling. My mother didn't like it, of course, but at least I could support myself and be out in the open doing something useful. People need protection. I stuck a pair of pants and a shirt into my small leather bag, a pair of underpants, my toothbrush, and a comb. Packing was done. I'd fill my canteens before I left. Next, I cleaned my old 1873 Winchester, a lever action and a great rifle. It had been my grandfather's. He'd called it Jackhammer, so I did too. Jackson had given me my matched Colt 1911s for close work, and those were already clean after my last target shooting session, out in the empty land around Segundo Mexia. I could fire 27 bullets with all 3, had extra magazines ready for the Colts. If I couldn't bring our enemies down with that much firepower, our enemies had an army. Galilee would bring her rifle, a Krag, since she was better at long shooting. I'd use the Winchester for the nearer work. She and Martin and Tarkin all had pistols too, though Tarkin's was less than a great tool. Our truck and our firepower had worked for 2 years. We'd made this same run often. Winchester in its sling over my back, pistols in their holsters and ready to go, 2 full canteens on one shoulder, my little leather bag with clothes and extra ammo on another. I was ready. I set off down the path to town. People were coming home from work, and Chrissy was cooking on a grill outside her cabin, the smoke rising up and the smell of meat giving the air a nice tang.
"Good shooting,"
she called in her soft voice. I nodded. I passed Rex Santino. "Easy death," he said in his gruff way. That's what people wished gunnies. It made me feel good. I nodded back at him. I didn't want to walk down Main Street. There were too many people. One of them was my mother, who lived with Jackson in a real nice house just off Main. She didn't like to see me leave on a job. That weakened me too. I took a roundabout way to Martin's house, which was situated in a bare dirt lot on the last street north in Segundo Mexia.